Hello? Hello? Okay. My name is Victor Alvarez, and today my topics that I'm going to talk about is question 2, uh, question 6, or 7, and then question 5. For question 2, my research process, at the beginning, I have not researched any topic or anything in high school. My English teacher was like not the best. So, when I came into 1302, when she said we were gonna do a research paper, I was like, oh, okay. And she gave us guidelines. So some of them are not on the folder, but one of the first things we had to do was find sources. And for the sources, we needed to know if they were good or not, because you can't just find four random sources and just use them as your source. You had to use a crap sheet for it to be a really specific, um, for it to be a really good source. So this crap sheet I probably will use in the future, and it literally helped so much just using this as a guide for all my four sources, which came out really well. We had this game in the middle of the class where we trade sources with one another and use a sheet to determine if our sources were legit, and if they answered a certain question, we would get points, and whoever had the highest points would get a reward. And I ended up winning that, and I like that. Um, I learned that researching requires time and effort. If you don't have time and effort in research, it won't really work out. Um, for my research, primary research, um, I did an experiment, which I never thought I would do, and I just used my sources as like secondary sources and made that like a guideline for my experiment. And yeah, at the end of the semester, I really know how to find sources. It's really easy if you use the crap sheets. They help me with, they make your life easier when you're researching, especially if you're doing easy, an easy to in easy topic. Moving on to my second question, which is number 7. For peer feedback, I never really worked well with others, but for this class we sort of had to. And with my two other partners in my group, we each of us came out with one of the best sources we could find with each other. um, what I said earlier about this little game that we did in the class, that literally was like the best thing you could do, because it tests whether you were right. Because you could just um, lie about having sources and saying they're good. Like you just pick up a random source on the internet and just say, "Oh yeah, this is my source." But with this game, you have to prove that it's a good source. You have to find the author, the date, reliable sources, um, the background, um, where was it published, all these little questions. And if it passes like a certain amount of points, then it's a good source. And with all my peers, we all helped one another and came up with really good sources. And the group that we were chosen in the beginning, uh, we all just the good thing about having peers in this class is that no one really wants you to fail. So no one's gonna look at your paper and be like, oh, yeah, this sucks. I'm not gonna fix it. All of us in the class were like, oh yeah, there's a mistake here. Let me help you fix it. For example, like in our essays, we all come up with questions in the essays, and then whoever wanted to could just jump in and just answer the question. Like um, Derek did here, Spawny did here, and then some random person did here. We all just help each other if we have questions. Lastly, I will answer question 5. This is a really good one because my topic is sleep paralysis, where, let me see, like, how does sleep paralysis affect students? Like it says here, what does sleep paralysis have effect on students? Um, Notice that my audience are students, so it's people more of my age. Because when I was researching, mostly all my sources say that sleep paralysis happens. Mo Sleep paralysis is mostly common in college students, in high school and in college students. And so that made it really easy for me to know who my audience is because I'm a college student. And on this research paper, I didn't write it so sophisticated and mature and all these like professional paragraphs. I just wrote it like I was talking with a friend. I made a little jokes here and there, and it was really well just knowing who my audience was. If I didn't answer number 5 right, I'm just gonna answer number 6 just in case I don't get number 5. I didn't fully extend on number 5. So on number 6, we use Pierce in this class. Um, if it weren't for Pierce, my friends or classmates, whatever, I would not have made this essay because one of my peers is my best friend. So we just got together and just really helped one another to come up with like a really well research paper. Sometimes when our teacher was busy talking to another student or whatever, we just ask each other like, "Hey, do I put the sentence here or over here?" Or just some similar like that. And having a peer is like having a substitute teacher. And at the end of the day, having a peer is really benefits.